Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It is Mike here. I'm on vacation, so doing a video off my cell phone. I want to do something a little bit different anyways. Why not, right? Happy 4th of July, everybody in the comments. Show some love to all the folks that got us to have the freedoms that we have on this 4th of July. Appreciate everybody serving our country. Everything that got us to this point. So when you're having fun doing some fireworks tonight and enjoying our freedom, just remember who got us there. But let's go ahead and talk about some Detroit Lions here. And I want to talk about, 5 things you'll be looking for in training camps. I'm getting a lot of training camp questions. What's the importance? And preseason games. I want to reiterate some of this type of stuff here. No Lions real news today. Not going on, so we're just going to do a talking subject. And we'll get into that here. And so, first off, let's get into the preseason here. Because I'm getting this, and I already know it's going to happen. I've been on YouTube for 7 years. A lot of people are going to get upset when we lose a preseason game. Say we lose, 16-14 or some weird score. Folks, it doesn't matter about winning or losing in preseason, especially this year too, as we got the Hall of Fame coming up, the Hall of Fame game coming up here in about 3.5 weeks. You're not going to see a single starter in there. It is all about the development of the young players, the continuity of the players in the new scheme. That's all it is. Period. Doesn't matter if we win the game. It doesn't matter if we lose the game. Has zero bearing on the 2025 NFL season, what happens in 4 preseason games. Not only that, 2 teams in preseason out of the 4 that we are facing are going to be doing training with us. And so when they come, we go there, they come here, we are practicing with them. We're beating up on these teams. So when the game comes, it doesn't matter about that. The coaches aren't looking for winning. They're trying to see the development and the one-on-ones and all that type of stuff, right? That's what they're looking for. In the comments, do you care about wins and losses in the preseason? Y for yes and for no. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of ends there. I'm hoping, folks. If you're a young Lions fan, doesn't matter. I've been doing this for a long time. Doesn't matter. Okay? So don't worry about wins and losses in preseason and the Hall of Fame game for the Chargers. None of that. Just be happy that we're in the Honolulu Blue. What you want to see is these development of the players, right? Generally speaking, the backups. You probably won't even see JG at all in this preseason. We don't. So looking at the backups here. So let's get into 5 things that I think that the Lions fans, us fans, and everybody watching, we need to pay a lot of attention to in training camp. There's some legit things that we got to do. We'll start 5 in the number 1. I think number 5 here is Hendon Hooker, right? And the backup quarterback position versus Kyle Allen. And you could do question mark, right? It's Hendon Hooker's job to lose for the backup. It's his job to lose. Make no mistake about it. It's year 3 for him. It's time for him to take that next step and to solidify that backup role. Kyle Allen here, folks, he's not going to be anything, man. It's not. Don't worry about that. It's all about Hendon Hooker. Can Hendon Hooker, can he win that job? He's going to have 4 preseason games. He's going to get a lot of snaps. And this is what preseason is really good for, is a player like Hendon Hooker. All he needs is snaps. That's all he needs at this point. He's been in the system. Well, not this specific system, as we got a new OC, but in this culture and the expectations. I'm sure the plays are very similar too, so it's not going to be too hard. Especially a quarterback where their IQs are generally pretty darn high. So with the ability to remember all that type of stuff. So that would be my number 5 here. And I still think he wins the job. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Unless another quarterback was released, that's way better. Which, we don't know anything about that right now. Number 4 thing here for the Lions in training camp. What the Lions fans, everyone alike needs to be watching for sure. No doubt about it. The edge position. Number 4, opposite of Hutch. So that could be Mahogany, his development, Marcus Davenport just staying healthy. Will they sign another edge, like a Zadarius Smith? So that's my number 4 here. And I got to tell you what, the options is pretty cool because I really like Hassanin a lot. I like his motor. And so far, so good with, there's no crazy injury bug that's occurred as of yet. Even though camp is a start, but yet OTAs and mini camp. So who's going to hold it down? Look, if Davenport can stay healthy, that would be magnificent. That would be huge. That would be ideal. The problem is I don't trust that. Do you trust that? I don't know. So we got to watch for Davenport. Stay healthy. That's it for him. Stay healthy. Well, I know what he can do on the field. Just stay healthy, right? Hassanin just get better. Each week, each day, each practice, get better. And then Al-Qadin Mohammed. We already know what he can do. Him is getting better too. So we need to remember he's a younger player as well. So he needs to develop too a little bit. And that's perfectly fine. But yeah, that backup edge position for sure. Are you worried about the edge position? Do you think Davenport can stay healthy throughout the whole 17 weeks? Y for yes and for no. Number 3, we look at training camp here. And I think this one is pretty simplified. I'm going to go with the Lions offensive coordinator and just their ability to get the rust off. That's what I'm looking forward to for number 3 here, all around. There's going to be a little bit of rust. We have new players, right? Mahogany, Zeitler left, Frank left. Got a new coordinator. The verbiage is going to be a little bit different. There's going to be rust. It's going to happen. I fully expect the defense to be ahead of the offense in training camp. The offense is going to still be really good, but it's just the rust, right? It's just all these players getting on the same page. It's going to take a little bit of time. It shouldn't be as long as a new scheme at all, like a complete overhaul, because that's not what this is going to be. The verbiage will be a little bit different. The play calling will be a little bit different. The way they operate is a little bit different. But so considering the fact that the verbiage is not going to be too off and everything's not going to be too crazy, I think the rust could go much quicker, right? Because it's generally speaking, it's a lot of the same players, except for the center that is going to be rusty because they do. Frank helped out with play calling. Okay, he was helping JG out there. So seeing this offense just be cohesive and getting better each game, and hopefully by like week 5 or 6, this offense is humming. In the NFL, by that time it should be absolutely humming. So that would be my number 3. Number 2 thing, when I look at the Detroit Lions, this training camp, things that we need to watch and monitor, the importance of it, all of that. I gotta say, man, I look all around on this team in some concerns and not concerns. Generally speaking, there's not much left, but the continuity to the secondary. We got some new pieces in there. Remember, Terrion Arnold's coming in year 2. Ennis Rakestraw is going to get a lot more reps. DJ Reed in here. We got our safety. So I just want to see the continuity of these guys. Now, I believe Brian Branch that this is probably the best. They'll have the secondary. But, Carlton Davis was a good piece of the secondary. He was a good piece at the corner position. So, there's a little transition here. And I like DJ Reed, just a little bit different of a player. But just like most positions, you got to get used to each other. Now, what's really good is Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. They're good. Terrion Arnold, he should be, it's just his more of a young player just getting better, right? It's nothing to do with continuity for him. It's just, he's a young player. Same with Ennis Rakestraw. It's not continuity. It's just, he's a young player. He's just got to get playing time when he does get playing time. Remember, he's all injured last year. The Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, I have no problem that they're gonna absolutely dominate the field. They're gonna make people pay. The question is, can we get 20 interceptions out of 2 players? I mean, Kirby had 9 last year. Who knows, man? With this type of secondary, right? With such an aggressive secondary, some ridiculous. But our safety combos are so good that it makes the transition of some of these newer and younger players a little bit easier because you just got so much studs. So, I mean, you got 2 the best safeties in football on the team. It's absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. The number one concern for us Lions fans that you should be watching, 100%, this one's easy. Everybody knows what it's going to be. It should be 4 things plus one cemented thing, because that's what this next one is. The replacement of Frank Ragnow in the offensive line. The number one goal this whole training camp, the number one question this whole camp is all about that. Losing Frank Ragnow is a massive blow to this Lions offensive line. Can Tate Ratledge, Graham Glasgow solidify it? And whoever is there, whoever's going to be it, just got to get better each week. It has to. A lot of pressure on Ratledge. I'm sorry, folks. He's got a lot of pressure on him. I think he will absolutely, stand up to that pressure. But my goodness, you lose Zeitler and a Ragnow. So you got Mahogany from last year and Tate Ratledge. He's going to have to come in here and get it done. And Graham Glasgow, he's the veteran. And he's going to have a spot somewhere on here, whether it be the center or a guard or something. But that's the number one thing. Offensive line. Frank Ragnow's replacement. That's it. The development of Tate Ratledge could be that could be the big deal of this season. That could be really it. That could be the question, right? So if if Tate can come up and step up and really start to do better than we expect as a rookie and take, that would be massive, massive win. We really need our coaches to coach these guys up. Hank needs to coach them up, and he will. But that absolutely is the biggest question mark. That is the number one thing that we're watching for in training camp is the center position. Give me your thoughts, folks. Happy 4th of July. With that said, adios.